So we're just gonna start in a seated position. Just get comfortable. You could be on a pillow or something. Get the beautiful background. It's nice and cool here. It's just a beautiful day. So we were talking about balance yesterday, and Sue was saying about wanting to do some balance postures. And thinking about that, I kept thinking about the imbalance and how when we get out of balance, what that feels like, whether it's in our emotions or our thoughts. And it's really, from an I-Rest Yoga Nidra standpoint, it's an opportunity when we feel an imbalance. Could be in the form of maybe a negative thought or a difficult emotion. Uncertainty that we have in these times can feel really uncomfortable and out of balance. And in I-Rest, we use it as an opportunity, like a messenger, and we use it to point ourselves back. So when we feel, it almost feels like a contraction in the body, and then you can determine, well, maybe it's fear or, fear of uncertainty. If you can even kind of name what that fear is. And then what we do is we bring in the opposite. So an opposite of that uncertainty would be security, and then even if you needed to bring in a memory of when you felt really secure, and then you bring in that memory, and then you start to feel, what does security feel like in your body? And it feels maybe a groundedness and a wholeness. And so we can use, I guess what I'm saying is we can use those imbalances to bring ourselves back. And so in our asana practice, it's also a great opportunity when we move to our edge and how far we can go in a balanced posture, or really any posture you can get out of balance with. And then feel, what does it feel like then when you're back in balance? So if you fall out of a tree pose, for example, to come back in, and how does that rebalancing feel? And what is that process, even to make it even more of a even more specific? When you get out of balance, what is that drive that brings you, that desire to bring you back into balance? And then what does that balance feel like? So it's kind of a journey of this movement of life that we're living, because we have the yin and the yang, which we have to have. We have to have the light and we have to have the darkness to make the whole. So, I guess it's a perspective of looking at darkness as not necessarily being bad, but being more of an opportunity. So we'll just close our eyes, and we have an opportunity now to feel into what you want more of in your life. What would your intention be today in this practice? And you can think of it like that, what you want more of in your life. And it could be balance, it could be whatever. So just feel into that and create a present tense and repeat that to yourself 3 times. And as you repeat that to yourself, and you start to feel what that is, whatever that is that you want, and how does that feel in your body? And then at the end of the practice today, we'll bring that in again, and we'll look at ways of moving forward into that new beginning. So go ahead and just gently open your eyes, and let's just make some circles. So our hands can be on the knees, forehead is down as you come forward, coming over to the right, the head goes back. Just make some big circles using your breath. Beginning to open the spine. And when you come forward again, we'll just reverse. then just come to a neutral position. And we're just going to move our body now onto all fours. So if you look at your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your fingers are nice and wide. Your knees are about hip distance apart. And we're going to take the right arm up and make some circles with the wrist, right and left. And then open and close the hand. Really wake the hand up. And then we'll make big circles with the shoulder moving forward. And then when you get to the sky, I get to say that for real today, move back. And then we'll come back to the sky and press that arm back a little bit and then thread it through. So you come down on the shoulder and the ear, and then extend your left leg straight and just make a bit of a nice strong posture here, kickstand sort of, and then raise your left arm up, looking up if that's comfortable for your neck. And then bring the hand to the right back pocket, open that shoulder a little more, a bit of more of a twist, getting that spine to open. And then exhale as you bring that left hand down, the right arm comes back up, and then back to the mat. And we'll take the left hand up, circle the wrist, right and left, and open and close the hand. And then big circles with the arm forward, and then up to the sky and reverse. And then back to the sky. Open it back a little bit more, opening that chest. And then exhale down and through onto the shoulder and the ear. Kickstand the right toes out and lift the right arm up, looking up at the hand. And then bring it to the left back pocket. Twisting a little deeper. And then exhale, bring the right hand down. The left arm comes back up. And then back to the mat. And we're just going to make some circles with the hips. Just come back. And then reverse. And then come to neutral again. And we'll move into cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to lift the head and the tail up. Looking up. And then exhale, round the back, chin to the chest, pressing the hands away from the mat. Inhale here, again, the head and the tail come up. Really beginning to open that spine. Exhale, round the back again, chin to the chest. Really press away from the mat. Really open that spine. And again, coming up. And then this time we're going to exhale and bring the body back to the heels as we round the back. Just a little flow here. Inhaling, coming up, head and tail come up. Exhale, round the back, move it towards the heels. And then one more time, coming up. And then exhale, round the back, and we'll stay in child's pose. The knees are a little more than hip distance apart. The toes are together. The hands are reaching straight out. Really engage the arms as you pull the body back, hanging onto the mat. And then inhale here, exhale, both hands over to the right, hips towards the left. And then inhale through center, both hands to the left, hips to the right. And inhale back to center, come up onto all fours. If you have some blocks, grab those. And we'll start with the right leg out to the side. The blocks can be on either side of the leg and come up to kneeling. High. Inhale here, exhale. We're just going to reach over to the right and take 3 deep breaths into that left rib cage. Release the neck and the shoulders. Another nice deep breath. And then exhale, come back up to neutral. Inhale here, exhale, twist to the right. And then exhale, inhale again, and begin to move your chest towards the top of your foot. A little bit of a forward fold. As you exhale, you deepen. Inhale, release. And again, deepen. And now bring your forehead towards your knee. Let your head and neck relax and shoulders. Take a couple breaths here. And then inhale back up. And we're going to bring our left hand to the center of the mat. And the right arm comes up, stacking the shoulders. And I like to just really open my hand first thing in the morning. Reaching back, looking up. And then exhale, come down onto the forearms, or you can stack your fists. And then gently move the torso forward and back, opening up different parts of that inner thigh. And then come to neutral. And we're going to just extend the left leg out to the side. Let me grab my blocks. And arms up at shoulder height. And then inhale here, exhale, side stretch, reaching over to the left. 3 deep breaths into that right rib cage. Feel the whole rib cage, the front of the ribs, the side, the back. Deep, beautiful breaths. One more deep breath. And then exhale, bringing your arms back to shoulder height. Exhale and twist, looking way far back. And then inhale towards that extended leg. And then exhale, bringing the chest towards the top of the foot. Inhale, release slightly. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, release. This time we're going to deepen and relax the head. Forehead comes towards the knee. Take a breath here. And then inhale, come all the way up, and the right hand comes to the center of the mat. The left arm stacks up with the shoulders. Move your wrist around, another opportunity here. Opening that hand, reaching way far back. And then exhale, come down onto the fists or the forearms. Bringing the torso forward and back slightly. And then inhale, coming up. And we're going to bring the right foot onto the mat. Nice deep lunge here. So the hand comes on top of the knee. Make sure the knee is not going over the ankle. Put a towel or something under the knee if you need to. And then we're going to open up the arms high first, looking up, opening the chest. And then exhale, extend that right leg straight, come into a forward fold. Inhale again, dropping the foot on the mat. The hands come a little bit lower, maybe shoulder height. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then exhale, forward fold. One more time. Bring the arms down towards the waist. Again, squeezing those shoulder blades, lifting that chest and the gaze. And then exhale, forward fold. And then we're going to bring that right foot to the outside of the mat and come down into a runner's lunge. Let the head and neck relax. Moving that shoulder towards underneath the thigh. For some people, not me today. Just kind of rounding the body. And then inhale, come up, and we're just going to switch legs. So the left foot comes down way in front of that knee, starting with the hand on the top of the knee. Deep lunge. Really sit down, really opening up that front hip point. And we're going to raise the arms up again. And then exhale, extended leg, forward fold. Inhale, arms a little lower, lifting the chest. Exhale, forward fold. One last time, inhale, coming up, arms a little lower, whatever feels good. Opening that chest. And then exhale, forward fold. And then we'll bring that foot to the outside of the mat, come into a runner's lunge. And then come back up, bring the foot in. We're going to curl the toes under and come up into downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then look at your fingers. Fingers are nice and wide, pressing into the thumb, the first finger and the baby finger, feeling that side body engage. And we're going to curl over the left toes, kind of scrunching them as you drop the right heel down. And then we're going to curl over the right toes, bending the right knee, dropping the left heel down. One more time, dropping the right heel, curling over the left. Opening up the back of the calf. And then one more time on the left. And now we're going to drop both heels down, lifting the hips up, looking at the belly button. And we'll take the left leg straight behind, circle the ankle, right and left. And then bend the knee, open the hip, look to the left. And then square the hips and bring that left knee up to the left wrist. And then come up onto the fingertips, extending that right leg straight behind, looking up. And now as the hips are square, slowly come down. You could stack your fists here or come onto the forearms. Make sure the right hip isn't dropping down, that it's staying level. And take a few nice deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, bring the torso up, bringing your left hand towards the center of the mat. Reach for your right ankle. Bring that heel in towards the body. And then press the ankle away from the body, looking to the left. Bring the heel in, look to the right. Press away, look to the left. And then we're just going to let that go, roll onto the right bum. And then bring the right foot to the outside of the left. Make sure you can feel your sit bones underneath you, squaring up and elevating your spine nice and tall. And then bring the right hand behind you, bring the left hand either to the to the knee, or you can bring the elbow to the outside, and then begin at the waist, twisting to the right. Nice deep twist, looking as far back as you can. And then unwind, counter twist to the left. And then we're going to just bring the bottoms of the feet together. Grab onto the toes or the ankles, looking up. And then exhale, bring the elbows in towards the inner thighs or calves. Bring the forehead down towards the toes. And then inhale, bring the body back to downward facing dog. And we'll extend the right leg straight, drop the left heel, circle the right ankle, right and left. And then bend the knee, open the hip, look to the right. And then square the hips first, and then bring that right knee to the right wrist. Come up onto the fingertips. Extend that left leg straight behind, looking up. And then slowly come down. Inhale, bring the body up. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. Reach for that left ankle. Draw the heel to the body. And then press the heel away from the body. Look into the right. Bring the heel in. Look to the left. And one more time. Press away. Look to the right. And look to the left. And then release the ankle, come onto the right bum, and swing that leg over to the outside or the inside. Make sure your spine is nice and elongated, and then slowly begin to twist to the left. And then release that, counter twist to the right. And we're going to just bring the bottoms of the feet to the mat. And we're going to drop the left knee down, the right knee down, lifting the right hip up. And then drop the left knee down, lift the left hip up. Just really opening up our hips first, and then over to the left. And then bring the legs back behind into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here, bending the knees as much as you need to, dropping the heels, lifting the tail, pressing into the baby finger, the thumb, the first finger, engaging the side body. And then look at your hands, walk your feet to your hands, and then grab opposite elbows. Let the head and shoulders relax. Let the tail come up as the body just gently, deeply comes forward and down. And then we're going to move the right elbow to the right leg and bring the left elbow out. Great stretch for the low back, and move over to the left. The right elbow goes out. One more time to the right, twisting those elbows. And then over to the left. Come back to neutral, drop the hands, bend the knees, come all the way up to standing, and hands back to the heart. Keep your eyes closed and come back to your intention for a moment. And we'll open our eyes and we'll flow through Sun Salutation A. Dropping the hands, inhaling the arms overhead, looking up. And then bend the knees as you come forward into a forward fold. Inhale, the arms can just angle as you come into a flat back. And then exhale, we'll come back down onto the knees, the chest and the chin. Let the legs extend behind you. Zip the feet together. Arms are elbows by the ribs, hands by the chest. And then inhale, lift the chest forward and up into Cobra. Pressing into those legs, engaging the glutes, the legs. And then exhale, come down. One more time, starting at the feet, engaging the legs, lifting the chest. This time, lift the hands away from the mat, squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep breathing. And then exhale, bring the body back into child's pose. Curl the toes under and come into downward facing dog. Look at your hands. On the exhale, feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands behind the calves. Press the forehead towards the knees, lifting the hips. Bend the knees slightly as you come all the way up to standing. And hands to the heart. And again, inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we're going to come down into a plank. And if you want, you can come onto your knees, your choice. And if you want to stay up in plank, really feel the side body engaging. And we're going to be here for 30 seconds. Come down into child's pose or to Cobra, if you like. Keep bringing that belly button in towards the spine, lifting the body out of the wrists. Keep breathing. We're almost there. Beautiful. Come down onto the knees and all the way. Inhale to Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale as you bring the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Interlace the fingers at the low back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Move the arms away as the chin comes to the chest. And then release the hands. Come all the way up to standing. And hands to the heart. And again, inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. We're going to come through our vinyasa, a high plank and low plank. And then inhale, sliding the chest through the extended arms. Lift the hips off the mat. Lift the gaze. Take a couple breaths in upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Look at your hands, feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, high plank. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Look at your hands. Feet to the hands. Flat back. Forward fold. Up to standing. And hands to the heart. Take a breath. Bring your fingers to the mat. Come into chair. Arms are out. Fingers are really engaged here. Arms are engaged. Sit a little deeper. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders. Keep breathing. A little bit deeper. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring the left foot back. Come up into warrior one. So both feet have their own place here. The left foot is about a 45-degree angle out. And then with the hands on the waist, make sure your hips are square. Bending the right knee. And we're gonna bring the arms up to the ears. Make sure your knee's not over your right ankle. And we'll bring the right hand to the low back. And then look up. Notice how there could be movement in the balance. Find your ground. And then bring the right arm up to the ear. The left hand comes to the low back. Gaze is up. Bending the right knee. And then bring the right hand to the left. Grabbing that forearms or elbows. Lifting the gaze in the chest. Feel your feet. Release the elbows, bring the arms up and overhead. Through the heart to warrior two. And then move the palms up. Make sure your back arm is level with your shoulder. And then palms come back down towards the floor. Looking over your middle finger. Deepen into that right knee. 5 deep breaths here. Release the neck and shoulders. Deepen. Feel the breath. And drop the left hand to the back thigh, lift the right hand up, gaze goes up. And then exhale, bring that forearm to the knee, bring the left arm up, pressing into that right foot. And bring that left hand to the right back pocket, move that shoulder back a little bit more, deeper twist here. And then look down at the mat, come back up to warrior two. And we'll move through your high plank, low plank, inhale up dog, exhale down dog. Left foot comes forward, Come up to warrior one, starting with the hips. Arms come out, lifting the chest. Deepen into that left knee. Release the neck and shoulders. Arms come up overhead through the heart to warrior two. Feel the shoulder blades come together in the back body. Deepen into that front knee. Drop the right hand down, lift the left arm up and the gaze. Deepen. And then bring that hand to the top of the knee, right arm comes up. And then bring the right hand to the left back pocket. Open that right shoulder back a little more. And then look down at the mat. Come back to warrior two. And through your vinyasa. High plank, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. And then bring your right foot forward. Come up to standing. If you have some blocks, grab your blocks. So we'll come up to standing, moving into warrior three. So this is a fun balance pose. And we'll come forward, lifting the left foot up. The right arm can come up to the ear. Left hand can still be on the block. Or if you like, bring both arms up. And then drop the right hand down. Lifting the left arm up to half moon. It's good to fall out and then come back. And then look back at the mat. Bring your left foot down. Come back to standing. And we'll move the right foot back. We're both about hip distance apart. Inhale here, exhale, come into a forward fold, and then lift the right leg up. Left arm comes up by the ear, maybe the right. And then drop the left hand down, lift the right arm up to half moon. And then bring the right foot to meet the left, come back to standing, and hands back to the heart. And we'll move into tree pose. So we'll start with the right foot as our foundation, and then bring the toe to the mat, the left heel onto the right ankle, or you can bring the foot to the calf or up. This is a great unbalanced balance pose. I love this. Get to see all these beautiful trees here this morning. Just let that whole upper body be loose. Let yourself be a little out of balance. Knowing that you can always come back. Couple more breaths. And bring the hands through the heart center. Bring that knee into the chest. And if you like, you can grab your big toe or just open the knee out to the left. Tall spine. And then bring the leg in front, lift the leg. Big old bee on me.
Oh no.
And I'm allergic to bees, so it's a little freaky. Anyway, it's not good.
If you need to go in, I'll take over.
Okay. And then bring the right foot, your choice of tree pose on the side. Keep pressing that foot into that inner thigh. Always interesting how one side of the body can be completely different than the other. And then go ahead and bring the knee up into the chest. Grab the big toe or just open that right knee out to the side. Finding your edge. And then bring the leg in front. Let it go. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. And let it go. Shake the hips a little bit. So we're going to move into eagle pose. So we're going to start with the right foot being the foundation. Lift the left knee up. And then cross over the right knee. Bring your arms out at shoulder height. And bring that left arm underneath the right. Grabbing the fingertips. And then I feel you can bring your left toe down to the mat as you bend your knees. Coming down. And then inhale, bring the arms up, uncurl, and we'll just move to the left. Bring the right knee up and over, crossing over the right arm underneath the left. Finding that focused gaze as you slowly move the torso down and forward if you like. And then inhale as we slowly come out and out. And move back to the right into dancer's pose. So if you're just starting, we can just have our right arm up by the ear. Taking the left hand, palm up, grabbing the left foot. Thumb is on the bottom of the foot. And just bringing your heel towards your body. And if you like, we can press that ankle into the hand, coming forward, making sure the knees are in alignment, not jutting out. Really find your edge here, even if you fall out. And then inhale, let that go. Find that strength in the left leg. Open the right palm. Grab the foot. Knee comes to the other. Left hand comes to the ear. And then slowly come out. Oh, that felt good. All right, we're going to do a little bit of forward folding. So you can just have a nice wide stance. Hands start at the waist. And then inhale here. Squeeze the elbows together and the shoulders, lifting the gaze, pushing the chest out, opening the heart. And then exhale, hinging at the hip points as you come forward. Let the hands drop down, palms up, reaching through the legs. Let the head relax. Inhale and bring both hands over to the left. The forehead comes towards the left knee. Reach the left arm up, twisting to the left. And then exhale as you bring both hands to the right. Forehead towards that knee. Reaching up with the right arm, twisting to the right. And then let all that go. And we're going to bend the right knee. Right elbow can go onto the inner knee. Come into a forward fold over the extended left leg. Inhale as we lift the body up, bending the left knee, extending the right leg, and folding over. And then one more time on the right. And one more time on the left. And then come back up, heel toe, the feet together, come into a squat. Elbows are on the inner knees. Lifting the gaze. And we're going to move into crow today. We haven't done this one for a long time. So the hands are going to come down onto the mat, nice wide fingers. And then if you have a block, you can stand on the block. And then we're going to just, maybe it's just coming forward here, bending the elbows, the knees go towards the tops, right above the elbows, and the toes come together. Feel the belly button come into the spine, and maybe lift the toes up. And then come back down. And we're just going to come into a seated position. Extend the legs out in front. Arms are up. Reach way up. The gaze goes up. And then keep reaching forward as you come down. Let the hands fall where they may. Inhale, bring the chest to the tops of the feet. And then exhale, round the back. Forehead towards the knees. Inhale, bring the chest up. Open the left leg, the right bottom of the foot comes into the inner thigh. And we're going to twist to the left. And then square the torso to the extended leg. Arms come up again. And then reach forward over the extended leg. Forehead towards the knee. Take a few beautiful breaths here. Inhale, come up. And then we'll switch legs. Left foot comes to the right inner thigh. Arms come up. Let's twist gently to the right. And then again, square the body to the legs. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, come forward. Chest towards the top of the foot. And then chin towards the chest. Forehead to the knee. And then inhale, come back up. And we're going to come onto our backs. Bring our knees into our chest. And then press the knees away from the body so the arms are straight, pressing the low back down. Bring the knees back in. And then with the neutral knees, let them both go over to the left. Lift the head, look to the right. The left hand can be on the top of the right knee. Deep stretch. Nice deep twist. And then engage the core, lift the knees up. Let them fall over to the right. Lift the head, look to the left. Right hand on the top of the left knee. And then bring the knees back up. Drop the feet to the mat. And then just rock the spine, the lower spine. Drop the tail. Press the low back in, lift the tail. Keep the bum from coming up. Just rocking that sacrum up and down. Releasing tension. And then press the low back down. Press into the feet. Use the tops of the thighs as you lift the hips up. If you want, you can interlace the fingers underneath the back, pressing into the shoulders, looking straight up, lifting the hips. And let's lift the left leg straight out, flex the foot. You can release the hands if you like, and we're going to just dip down using that right glute. Really making some strength in that right side. You squeeze in when you come up. Couple more. One more coming up. Lift it, really squeeze, hold it, lift it a little higher. And then bring that foot down, extend the right leg out. And then a few dips here. Lift it up, squeeze, 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 and then let it go. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Bring your hands to the inner thigh. Let your inner thighs relax, your knees relax. And then bring the hands to the outside of the legs. Help your knees back up. Feet are a little more than hip distance apart. And again, we're going to drop the right knee down, lifting the right hip up. One last nice deep stretch for the low back. Drop the left knee, lift the left hip. One more time on the right. And one more time on the left. Come back to neutral. Grab the inside or outside of the feet into happy baby. Extend the leg if you like, bend the knee. And then we're going to let that all go. Extend the legs out and move into Shavasana. Feet are a little bit more than hip distance apart. Arms out to the side. Feel that tingling in the body. Allow the weight of the body to be held by the surface beneath you. Feel that by vibration deep inside. And for a moment, just feel the skin. And notice how that deep vibration begins to move even past the skin boundary. Feel your energy. And maybe expand that even a little bit more, maybe another foot away from the body. Above you, below you, underneath and above and to the sides, full body expanding in all directions. Feel the deep connection with your deep, deep balance. Feeling the deep inner strength. Feeling that inner groundedness as the body can expand even a little bit more. Maybe out to the walls of the room you're in. Just let the thoughts go and just feel the body expand, maybe past the walls into the rest of the house. Maybe around the outside of the house, around the block if you're there. Expanding through the whole city, the state, the country, the world. Feel yourself expand all the way into the universe. open, expansive. And bring in your intention. Begin to visualize yourself with your new reality, manifesting your desire. Seeing yourself interact with yourself with this new reality. With your family and friends. This new truth and how you live it. And you may even begin to notice a contraction of an obstacle. And just notice which obstacles there are and feel into what action you will take. Letting that obstacle just melt and fade. Feeling deeply into your heart. Living your heart's desire. Notice the body breathing itself. Feeling that deep connection with your source. That elation of joy that just emanates out way into the universe. And slowly begin to bring yourself back from the universe to the world, to this country, to our state, your city, your block, your home, the room you're in. Seeing yourself lying on the mat, coming into your heart, moving your tongue across the top of the palate, brushing your fingers against your thumb, bringing this pure sense of joy and ease and excitement into the rest of the day. Deepening the breath, coming back into the body. And when you're ready, roll onto a side, bring your knees up towards your chest. And then push your body up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Feel that beautiful grounding that you've created. That peace and joy. And if you'd like to Join me in closing, putting your hands in the prayer mudra, bringing your thumbs to your forehead for peaceful, loving thoughts, to the lips for kind and wise words, and to the heart that's open and willing to give. Namaste. Namaste.